I used to be morbidly obese, almost 300 pounds, and all I really wanted was for all of that excess weight to go away. And by choosing a raw food lifestyle, which I did 9 years ago, um, it did it by itself, basically, is the answer. I started on this path, and I knew from as soon as I started that this is what I wanted to be doing, and this is what felt right to me. I could see the results starting to happen immediately. So all I did was carry on this path, in spite of the teasing and people's laughter. People were used to seeing me eat plate after plate after plate after plate of pasta and pizza and cakes and cookies and big huge things of hot chocolate and ice cream, you name it. I was an absolute food addict, and I would eat all day long, countless thousands of calories. And suddenly I went from that to basically eating fruits, nuts, seeds and vegetables, which is a big shift. So of course, my body grabbed onto that and just went with it and threw out all the old junk. Massive detox. So for me, it really took nothing more than that. And I wasn't even actually eating completely raw in the first couple of years of this journey. I was eating something like 70 to 80% raw. Other than the very first week, I ate 100% raw for the first week, and it was way too much for me at that point. So yeah, 70, 80% raw those first couple of years, and I released 160 pounds of excess weight in those first couple of years, which has stayed off ever since. In the first year alone, I released 105 pounds. I mean, that's huge. That's like an entire person came off in my first year. And I wasn't doing anything different in my life than what I was eating, what I was consuming. I was living in Iceland at that point and working in greenhouses, so my work was quite physical. And I just carried on with that. I was swimming, I was doing different walking activities there. All of that carried on. My food changed, and everything changed from that. It was really that simple. When you're coming from a body that size and that toxic, and that's stuffed on a daily basis with just insane processed foods, letting go of that kind of intake just can make all the difference. So yeah, that's all I did. Change what I ate. Lord, I have honestly no idea. I do not look at numbers anymore in regards to what I intake. I come from a background of morbid obesity and a really insane relationship with food, where basically food was the strongest thing I had a connection to in life. Completely obsessive, compulsive overeater. So to loosen that kind of intense connection with food has definitely been a big part of my journey. You can actually see everything that I eat every day as a 100% raw foodist on my blog, if you want to. That's at rawreform.blogspot.com, which I've been writing for, I guess, about 4.5 years at this point. And I put everything that I eat every day as a raw foodist on there. So if somebody wants to go and check that out, you'll see exactly which kind of foods I'm eating, and maybe you are delighted to work out how many calories a day it might be. I would guess somewhere around 2,000, maybe fewer. I really don't know, and I choose not to put my attention into that kind of stuff anymore. In terms of what I eat, I'm a raw vegan, or raw vegan more appropriately. I do eat some bee products sometimes, some bee pollen, maybe a little bit of royal jelly, different things like that, some honey sometimes. But other than that, I'm raw vegan, so fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, oils, seaweeds, those kind of things. That's pretty much where I'm at and have been for certainly at least the last 7 years, and I've been on this path for 9 years. I do something every day, some kind of exercise every day. At this point in my life, mostly it comes down to yoga, which I've been doing every day for, let me see, it feels like about 7 years or more. I got into doing the 5 Tibetan rites, which if you're not familiar with, you can look up online, which are a really simple series of yoga moves that you can do in the morning. That's when I like to do it, at least, when I first get out of bed. And they help to ground me, and I really feel like they help the chakra system to be in alignment as well. So I started off with just a simple 5 Tibetan rites, and I just kind of expanded it from there as I learned more about yoga and about the moves that my body seemed to appreciate. And also for me, it becomes a kind of moving meditation, because I do a lot of visualization while I'm doing that. So that's something that I do every day, and I have done for, something like 7 years, regardless of where I am. I mean, all around the world, in airports and hotel rooms, and Lord knows where we've been these years. I was on the road for about 13 or 14 years or something prior to coming here to Ecuador. So, that's something that I'm really consistent with. Other than that, gardening is usually a big part of my physical flow in a given day. So being outside with nature, planting new tree seeds, also walking. We have wonderful walking paths here in the hills behind us. It's so beautiful here in the Andes. It's so just delightful to go out into the hills and just breathe the incredible air here and see the magnificent views. So walking I really enjoy here. We have a 12-foot trampoline, which is really, really fun. We love to bounce on there. And we're also, if you can hear a lot of noise in the background, it's because we're having a swimming pool made right now, which hopefully will be ready in the next few months, which I'm super excited about. I used to swim all the time when I was a child. I loved swimming, and it's something that I really haven't done much of in more recent years. So I'm really, really excited to have the swimming pool out there. Hopefully in the next few months.